Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Dinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol and Hare Krishna. So, today we are quickly discussing something very interesting and important. It's about the sense of touch. It's amazing how this sadhu is speaking about touch. And not ordinary touch. We like to touch some interesting things. Nice silky bedsheet or satin bedsheet or a flower or the soft petals of a lotus or a rose. But then this is about touching the members of the opposite sex. It's very interesting that the sadhu is giving a warning loudly. Padapi yuvatim bhikshu nasprishet taravim api sprishan kariva padyeta karinya anga sangataha. A saintly person should never touch a young girl. In fact, he should not even let his foot touch a wooden doll in the shape of a woman. By bodily contact with a woman, he will surely be captured by illusion, just as the elephant is captured by the she-elephant due to his desire to touch her body. Please note, the sensation of touch, the desire to touch the members of the opposite sex. This is of and itself a great illusion, it is mentioned here. For a bhikshu, it means a saintly person, means a sannyasi. It doesn't mean for a grahastha. Obviously, even a grahastha should not overdo it, maybe. So, it is mentioned here, definitely a grahastha will hug and kiss his child. And any younger person like that, he might show his fatherly affection, his motherly affection or something. But we should know that we should be extremely careful in managing our association with members of the opposite sex. That's why we keep a safe distance, physical distance. And we also respectfully, the man is supposed to look at the woman who is not his wife, every woman who is not his wife, as his mother. And this is the injunctions given. Because material nature will push through the modes and will act. So, karinya anga sangataha, sparshan kariva badhyeta karinya anga sangataha. The example given here is that is how an elephant is caught in the forest. I am in Kerala now, it has arrived in Guruvayur. I have many years back gone to a place called Bhudatan Kitte, where they catch elephants. And this is exactly what they do there. They create a huge pit, cover it with bamboo and some mud and some dry leaves. You'll never make out the ground from the same. And then they will tie the young she-elephant there. And they'll wait and wait and wait and wait. It's only a matter of time, 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights. And the third, fourth night, they'll get an elephant stuck inside, fallen into the pit and growling and screaming. And they will catch hold of that elephant and then put it in captivity and train it and own it and then maybe sell it. And why did this happen? Because of the attraction. It is mentioned here. Sparshan Kariva. Kariva means elephant. Badhyeta means got bondaged and stuck. Karinya means the she-elephant. Anga Sangataha. Anga means body. Sangataha means wants to touch and have association. Isn't this amazing? Most of us don't even look at these things to that extent. We take things for granted in this world because as conditioned souls, we don't go to this level of thinking. So how an elephant is caught and is in captivity is because of the fact that he wants to touch the she-elephant. So similarly, it's mentioned here that you should be very careful, especially a saintly person. Don't touch. Nasprashet daravim api. Daravim means a doll, a wooden doll. Even a wooden doll. Padapi yuvatin bhikshu. Padapi means even with your leg, if you touch a wooden doll of a female, you're finished. You may think, what a big fuss you're making, Maharaj. I mean, people do all sorts of things these days to go beyond touch. I mean, normally people do it, but this is an advice even to a saintly person that you shouldn't do it. As far as possible, don't do it, is the special request given here. So, I would like you to reflect on a nice pastime of Lord Chaitanya, which I'm going to mention. Pradyumna Mishra, a grahastha, comes to Lord Chaitanya and says, I am a stuck grahastha. I am so deeply attached. I am embroiled in so many affection and so many dealings in my house that I cannot understand Krishna at all. Please, my dear Lord, enlighten me. Let me hear something about Krishna from you and become detached. Immediately Lord Chaitanya said, I don't know anything much about Krishna. Actually, it's Ramananda Rai who knows everything. Go and meet him. Obviously, he was very surprised. What's you're telling? You're a sannyasi. You're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is it that you don't know? So, Lord Chaitanya will direct him to go to Ramananda Rai, and then because he gave him the direction, he has to go. So, Padma Mishra wanted to keep up the order, and so he went to to Ramananda Rai's place. Ramananda Rai, you know, very close to Puri, he's got his quarters. I went there to his house once, very beautiful place, kept by some family descendants. And I got to hold the sword of Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai was a governor of Madras at that time, under the king of Orissa, and then he gave him premature retirement and gave him salary because Lord Chaitanya told him, retire and come. Let us talk about Krishna and let us be great happiness. We are both mad people and only we can understand what we both are talking to each other. Rest of the world will not understand. In this way, Ramananda Rai retired, came to stay in Puri, close by, and was in touch with Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was in ecstasy speaking to Ramananda Rai. So, the whole pastime of how he met him in Godavari, on the bank of the Godavari in Kovu. You maybe have heard about it. But anyway, that will be too long to talk about. But Pradyumna Mishra went to meet Ramananda Rai. And he waited and waited. They told him, please wait. He's very busy. What is he busy with now? Then they told him that Ramananda Rai is massaging the bodies of Kanyashtri. He is applying oil on the naked bodies of very young girls, young women, because they are going to act in his drama. Jagannatha Priya Natakam was written by Ramananda Rai. And he's training them with subtle nuances, how your eyes should move, your lips should move, your ears should move. And then he's massaging them personally. Pradyumna Mishra got shocked. Am I in the right place? Is this Ramananda Rai's house? He said, yes, it is. It is Ramananda Rai's place. What are you telling me? I said, yeah, this is what he's doing. So he got stuck in between. He can't leave that and come now. But he said, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. He just left, hearing the occupation of Ramananda Rai. He went back and said, what is this? Where is he sent me? Ramananda Rai applying oil to naked women's bodies. And so he left. Then he went. Next day morning, he went to Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya, did you meet him? Ramananda Rai? He said, you know what? I went there. They made me wait. And I asked him what he's doing. And this is what they told me. And Lord Chaitanya smiled. And he was wondering, what's going on here? Pradyumna Mishra. And I said, Ramananda Rai can do this. He can apply oil on young women's bodies and remain like a block of wood without any arousal, any feeling at all. But I, as a sannyasi, even if I see the wooden image of a female, I can get my mind very disturbed. But Ramananda Rai, he can do this. He can keep his mind very steady. And he can do this. Glorified Ramananda Rai. Again and again. Pradyumna Mishra heard it and got stunned. Lord Chaitanya is glorifying the fact that Ramananda Rai can apply oil on the bodies of naked young women and be unaffected. So fixed in love of Krishna. So then he said, I'll go again tomorrow to meet him. He went and met Ramananda Rai. And Ramananda said, I'm very sorry you came yesterday, made you wait, and you had to leave. Tell me what I could do. Why are you here? So Lord Chaitanya asked me to come and see you. Why would he ask me to come and see me? He said, I asked him to speak about Krishna, and he said only Ramananda Rai knows, and I should go and meet you. So I came to meet you. I said, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's humility, and that is his glory. What do I know? I don't know anything. He simply vibrates my tongue and I will speak. Anyway, what would you like to know about Krishna? Now that you're telling me Lord Chaitanya asked me to speak to you, tell me, by his mercy, I will be able to tell you something. What you like to hear about Krishna? And then that's it. Pradyumna Mishra asked him and started speaking and speaking. They asked him and speaking, and he took Pradyumna Mishra to a very high level of love of Godhead. And he was so stunned. The time went on, and the servant came and said several times, my dear sir, I think it's past time for lunch. It's past time for night. It's night. It's getting late. And then finally, when they said it's night and getting late, Pradyumna Mishra woke up and he said, okay, I have to leave. And then he left. And then he went and met the next day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he expressed how happy I was. You sent me to this great, wonderful individual. This way, Lord Chaitanya mentioned Ramananda Rai can do this. I cannot. I must not. Why? Even, like it's mentioned here, Padapi yuvatim bhikshu nas prashet daravim api. Daravim api. Even a wooden doll, she will get disturbed. So, this nice instance shows us that fixity in Krishna consciousness of Ramananda Rai. And Lord Chaitanya is saying, even me, I cannot. I won't be without getting disturbed. I may get very disturbed. Even if my feet, padapi, pada api, even if my feet, sprashed daravim, feet touch a wooden doll. Right? So it is mentioned here, the sense of touch is very strong. Men have a irresistible desire to go and touch the members of the opposite sex. You can go, there are complaints about groping that men do to women in public places, in the buses, in the trains, in the airports, you name it. They can't control themselves. And they do it all the time. I have seen people getting beaten up by the husbands of the women who have been groped in public places. And the guy cannot say anything, just cannot control himself. So it's called groping. So you can imagine the tendency to actually touch. It's amazing. So here it is mentioned like two examples of an elephant and what happens to an elephant. Nadigachet striyam prajnah karihichin mrityumatmanah baladhikai sahanyeta gajet anyet gajo yatha. Very beautiful. A man possessing intelligent... Oh, let me ask somebody to read it, please. Who's available here who would likes to read it? Manju Mala Sri Devi Dasi. Manju Mali Sri Devi Dasi. Would you like to read the English text on the screen, please?
I know, Maharaj. Count. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Kunja.
Oh, okay, you cannot read. Fine, fine. Okay. Let me ask Sundar. Please read.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yeah.
A man possessing intelligent discrimination should not under any circumstances try to exploit the beautiful form of a woman for his sense gratification. Just as an elephant trying to enjoy she-elephant is killed by other bull elephants, also enjoying her company. One trying to enjoy a lady's company can at any moment be killed by her other lovers or stronger. Over to you, Maharaj.
Thank you, thank you. What an amazing instruction from the Srimad Bhagavatam. You see, that's why Bhagavatam is no compromising, just delivers the truth. So here another aspect is, amongst the elephants, that there's competition. As you can see that amongst dogs also on the roadside. There's one she dog, a bitch, hanging around, and all the other male dogs are, vying for attention and fighting amongst each other. One female species can create a lot of disturbance in many male species, especially if the female is looking very attractive or in some way has got a great form or whatever. In English, they call it femme fatale. It's a French term. Fatal fatale. Femme means feminine. Femme fatale means fatal woman. Can actually kill you. Femme fatale means those one of those who looks very good and very attractive. You see, Krishna appeared as Mohini. And then all the asuras fought with each other. They fought with each other. You'll hear many stories in the Puranas, Kumbha Nikumba, fighting with each other for the sake of one lady. And you can see the Mohini attracted all of them together so much that they even fought against each other. And finally, Rahu, the story, he got the nectar and he could not drink it, and Krishna cut off his head with the Sudarshan Chakra. And only the head, because it had the Amrita, is active and evident. But so in this way, you can see stories of how one female can actually create great disturbance. This is another aspect. Amongst elephants, the bull elephants, as mentioned, they fight heavily against each other. They literally kill each other. It's mentioned here. Trying to enjoy she elephant is killed by other bull elephants also trying to enjoy company. And you can see in human species this happens. You read very often, the girl is killed, another man is killed, all because of a woman. This is high level of sense gratification. If you touch, disturb the sense gratification, especially to do with a woman, of any man, especially if he is powerful, he will kill you. He will not hesitate to kill you. And a lot of the stories, the movies are all based on this. Killing, murdering somebody because you stood in the way of my sense gratification with this woman. It could be an extramarital affair. That doesn't matter to me. Right? So people go to any extent that the female of the species and their possession over them and anybody else interferes with it, they're willing to kill you. So here the Bhagavatam is giving us an advice. It's telling us in the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada is mentioning here. Please, can you read that? Ramana Gaurahari, can you read that?
Yes, Maharaj. There are various types of sense gratification to be enjoyed between men and the women, including speaking, contemplating, touching, sexual intercourse, etc. And all of these constitute the network of illusion by which one is helplessly bound like an animal.
Yeah. We were talking about sense of touch. That is happening, and before that there is a prelude to that. You like to speak and hear the sweet voice of a woman. And the woman also likes to hear that from the man. I like to speak, they call it flirting around a little bit. Ah, he, and all that. And sweet nothings they speak. It's because I like to hear you speak and you like to hear me speak and we speak some nonsense. It doesn't matter. Take the phone, keep speaking to the woman. And the other person also keeps speaking. Then contemplating. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Because you spoke and because you have been sent a photograph of so-and-so, you start contemplating. Dhyana. Then you want to touch. The next time I need to go closer and try to touch. And then beyond that is a sexual intercourse. These days, these things happen very fast in Kali Yuga. It happens inside schools, colleges, public places, all sorts of places. Shamelessly, they'll be under this great illusion and it is normalized slowly, slowly. So that's a little dangerous. So it's mentioned, if you are in any one of these things, you're stuck with speaking, contemplating, touching, then itself the network of illusion has started forming and binding you up. Right? So therefore, nip it in the bud. A person saintly will only speak as much as is necessary, and that's it. Don't dilly-dally and talk and then enjoy very subtly inside some vibrations, then meditate and then want to touch and then want to go further and then have an affair, and then spoil the other person's family life, and then this happen. You know, I have actually seen this happening even in devotee communities, destroying a whole life of a grahastha with kids. If you don't restrain yourself, if you don't practice control over your mind, your senses, if you don't remain a decent man, civilized man with etiquette, man or woman, both of them, then you will be plummeting down and going into dissolution. It's only a matter of time. It happens very fast. So nipping it in the bud, right when it's happening, wow, I think this is going to lead to this, boom, cut it. Because I want to save my devotion to Krishna, because I want to protect myself. In this way, a person can be very safe and not uselessly do something and get into big trouble. Okay, so I'll stop sharing there. And this lesson is a powerful lesson. Okay, right. Any questions to be sought? Any questions? Some of these things are heavy topics, right?
Yes, Maharaj. Indeed.
They are heavy topics, but only when they are spoken from the Bhagavatam. Otherwise, we are normalized. We see movies like that, we see people doing this all over the places, and we think it's okay. But you will very nicely ruin your spiritual life gradually, unbeknownst to you. So, of course, this doesn't apply to grahasthas and all that. I'm saying if you're a saintly person, if you're a brahmachari, if you're a sannyasi, even a grahastha should stick to his family, should stick to his wife, the wife should stick to her husband, and never cross that limit. If you want to remain a decent human being, you should draw these boundaries around you. That's why Varnashrama Dharma is important. Be satisfied and happy within your family, with your wife, with your husband, and focus more on being a nice, civilized human being. Perform your duties, keep Krishna in the center of your life. These are so important. If you don't strive to be Krishna conscious, Maya will sweep you away. It's very easy to get swept away. Vayuriva ivam basa. Krishna is advising Arjuna how you can be swept away by carelessness. So, it's caution. The sadhu is so experienced. He has learned so many things from observing the surrounding and the world around him, and he's applied it to himself. This is a good lesson for me to learn and ingest and digest and, put it inside me, educate myself like this. I don't need to suffer this and learn a lesson. I can learn from this particular elephant who's getting stuck like this. You see, an intelligent person can learn by watching. Unintelligent people have to be put into that situation and suffer it, then only they'll learn. And even more dumb guys, even after they've been put into the situation, they've suffered punishment, they'll do the same thing again and again. The force of material nature is powerful. That's why we should stick to remembering Krishna, chant Hare Krishna very seriously, read, educate ourselves, use our intelligence to understand this knowledge, and in this way, focus on improving yourself. Human life is not a frivolous life to be wasted away. You should seriously put your effort into improving yourself internally. That's why these instructions are wonderful. Okay? Right. I'll stop here. I'll stop making it heavier and heavier. Let's hear some light questions or comments.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
Not exactly observation, but things that may not be in control is the OTT platforms like Netflix. Things are, they are showing as like a normalized some of the things. And, there are times that we can't even watch some of those, even with the parents, and it looks so odd. So I don't know how we can control all of that these days.
Yeah, it's a very difficult job because things have become so easily accessible with the flick of your finger. And unless you have your value systems correctly placed, it's a great challenge to be Krishna conscious amongst these situations. And if you're already Krishna conscious, the challenge is to resist the temptation. Whole world is watching, everybody is watching, and why can't I? So therefore, you have to work out, especially with kids, you have to work out a very good formula and a good understanding that you cannot, the technology has become so pervasive, it has entered the lives of human beings. So you can't so easily stop it. You'll only create an artificial atmosphere, and they will somehow find a way to do it. So better they do it under watchful eyes. So therefore, you can have restrictions within that, what you can watch on these OTT platforms, what you can and what you cannot. I'll allow you to, but these are the things you can. I don't want you to see, obviously certain things, violence and sex and all that. I don't mind you watching, because the communication has shifted from text matter reading to reading on the screen, and now it has moved up to completely videos. People communicate through videos only. It's become so common. So you can't say you cannot watch anything on the screen. You say, get lost. Which stone age are you from? When? You Neanderthal man, you Australopithecus man, where did you come from? You're some stone age guy or what? No Netflix? Who the hell? You're a Nutflix. Something is wrong with you. I mean, you get heavy stuff from the kids because you're sending them to those schools. And everybody's doing it. Association is powerful. So that's why we should start our own schools, and we should give entertainment to the kids in a completely different way. And we can show them Prabhupada's movie, we can show them this, that, everything, and hope for the best. I don't have a direct answer to that immediately. But I think that some people are doing it, and it requires a lot of effort.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah, but we need to develop those things, no doubt. Any question or comment? As it nears 9 o'clock, today there was a massive traffic jam between Trichy, Kerala and Guruvayur. It took me, I think, nearly 1 hour to come from across the traffic. Some big road repairs and some accident and whatnot. So I'm sorry about coming in a little late and eating off your time. I know you're all responsible grahastas who have to get back and do your services and get to rest and get up early in the morning. So sorry about that. I hope that you learned some lessons about the poor elephant. This huge bulky body. Of course, there are elephants also who are devotees. I'm here in Guruvayur. Guruvayur Keshavan was one of the elephants of the Lord. Elephants are very dear to Guruvayurappan. He has 60, 70 elephants in his possession. And Guruvayur Keshavan was a devotee who fasted on Ekadashi. Amazing elephant. So it's not that all elephants are interested in touching the she elephants. Only for that matter. And there is elephant Gajendra Moksha, you've heard about. The Lord Gaja Indra, king of elephants, and how he got relieved. He was an elephant, but he was a devotee. Then Rasikananda, one of our acharyas, Shyamananda Pandit's son, Rasikananda, disciple, had a disciple who was an elephant. A mad elephant was tamed by him, by his Krishna consciousness, and the elephant became his disciple. Started paying obeisances to him. Amazing. Right? So our elephant-like desire to touch the opposite sex can be tamed by pure devotees of the Lord and their association. And if you can take shelter of Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, his instructions, his life, his teachings, definitely these things can pale into insignificance when we compare ourselves to being lovers of Krishna. There'll be nothing more interesting and attractive. Om Tat Sat. Good night. Sweet dreams of Krishna. Dreams of you touching Krishna would be something interesting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you. Wonderful lesson.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
ನಂದು ಕೇಳಿಸಿಲ್ವಾ?